This is not the first time that I've delivered the lessons that you've heard over these videos. I've probably, in the last 16 years, delivered these lessons over 1,300 times. If you could have sat in the classroom 16 years ago and heard the first time that I tried to deliver these messages, deliver these lessons, you would have probably been embarrassed as a student and think, who is this to stand in front of us as a teacher of communication? In the same way, the 100th time that you deliver these words is going to be more powerful than the first. At the beginning, you made a commitment that you were going to do the work, complete the speech, but that you're going to share it. And I think we live in a world where people need to hear positive messages about what we can do as humanity. And EO members, EO leaders, the stories you have of the things that you've achieved, the businesses that you're creating, the opportunities that you're creating, it's so important that we share these, not just with the EO chapter, not just with your forum, with your kids, with the people around you, because there is so much that we can do. And it's so important that these messages of the changes that are possible are getting out. So below, you'll see there's a PDF describing the Sharing the Light movement. A couple of years ago, Derek Weber, an EO St. Louis member, when he was on the Global Leadership Academy, he recruited a number of the other participants to share the light, to make a commitment that the speeches they were developing, they would commit to sharing them with a wider audience. That the luck that we have had in our lives of mentors that have stepped in to help us, of courses, of education that have allowed us to build the businesses and lives that we have, we can be grateful, but it gives an obligation. To those that much is given, much is asked in return. And the commitment below is not just to share with your forum, but to begin to think about how EO members and leaders begin to share much more publicly the changes that we can make as human beings in our businesses, in our communities, in this world to make this place better. You'll also find a PDF, a feedback form, 15 different points that people can evaluate the delivery of your speech. And I would suggest that a good way of getting your forum involved is to print that sheet out for them and have each member of your forum rate you 1 to 10 on those 15 elements in your speech. When you get feedback, and no one improves without being open to feedback, it's only tough feedback that is uncomfortable to hear that can really help you become better and better each day. If you're only listening to nice feedback that makes you feel nice and warm inside, you're not growing and becoming stronger. The problem is people are very careful in giving you real, honest feedback. So in order to get real, honest feedback, you need to train yourself that whatever feedback you get, you will be grateful and you will thank them. Even if you think it's the dumbest, stupidest idea you've ever heard, if there's any expression on your face that you don't accept the feedback, they will never give you honest feedback again. So begin this practice of looking for feedback from people. Sometimes what I'll ask for someone to give me feedback is I'll ask for 2 things. First, what did I do well? And I want the person giving me feedback to outline 2 or 3 things that they think I did well first. When I've heard 2 or 3 things where I think they let me know where I did well, then I want one specific change that if I just make that change, it would make the impact of my words just 1 or 2% better. And I let people know, I don't want to know about perfection. I'm not aiming at perfection. I want to move from where I am to 1% better. And that's what I want your feedback for. What one little change would just make it slightly better and have slightly more impact. If you are willing to be open to feedback, if you're willing to invite difficult feedback into your life, not just your speaking, but all areas of your life are going to start to become better and better and better. But it's got to hurt. If the feedback doesn't hurt, it's not helping you in the future. You're getting stuck where you are.